I wanted to ask you to go through some of the more exciting attention we get for our Dharavi project with ACORN Foundation of India. It really has to do with art and music and how we use it as organizing tools. So I don't know where you want to start, but just people would love to know about that, I think.
Let's start with the Dharavi project. Right from the beginning we saw it and perceived it as a multimedia project, and this in fact is unique because we had a plan, and the plan was to build a platform for various artists, researchers, filmmakers to work with with us in the background of Dharavi. And this space we saw that most researchers and artists do not have access to a space like Dharavi where they have access to the people's stories, people's lives, and where they can have a sustained interactive session with the people of Dharavi. So this, right from the beginning, we started in fact the Dharavi project with a documentary, and the documentary was shown in schools, in various institutions, and has given our work greater exposure. And this idea of showing a film or highlighting a certain issue through a documentary gives storytelling much more depth, and instead of us telling people about the lives of rat pickers, they are actually living it and seeing it on film. The other issue is music, and when Dharavi project was initially putting up these small programs about environment in schools, and we were having our eco fairs, we made a special attempt to get musicians there, and we found that children had a very positive response to music, and whenever they listened to music or heard the musicians, made them dance and sing. And if you see the life of children in Dharavi, it's really it's very sad, and at the same time makes you very angry that children have to spend a large part of their lives just playing on footpaths and dodging from trucks and behind cars. And we do not wish this on any child, that they be born in a place where you know they they have they have to live in such conditions. So whenever music is played, or the children are dancing or playing music, they forget their living conditions, and they go into this land, into this life of fun and games, and it changes their whole attitude.
Well, I've been with you a couple of years at ACORN's Diwali celebrations in Dharavi, and it's also true that a lot of our folks know every word of some of these Bollywood songs and all the dance moves, and it never took them much, and I've seen you dancing with them too, but it never took much to get them out there on the floor, and they're looking for that opportunity, I think.
Bollywood is something which most Indians share, and in fact, when I was in Lahore in Pakistan, I found out that the people of Pakistan also shared this passion about Bollywood, and Bollywood songs are popular all over the world. And for our kids, this is what we share together. And whenever Bollywood songs are played, people get up and dance. And movies are very part of Indian life, and it, again, as I said, it's escapism. But for those moments, people forget their pain and their trouble in their life, and they get transformed to another world.
But it must have been a coup on the Waste documentary to have some of the Bollywood folks who are promoting the documentary, and I think are even in some of the segments, aren't they?
Yes.
How did that happen, and who were they?
They're basically music directors, some of friends of us. There's a music director called Shankar Mahadevan, who is now a Bollywood music director, and his partners are Loy and Ehsan. So they are a very new and fresh music directors who are very young. They're very popular in Bollywood, and we've had the good fortune of working with them, and Shankar himself has come to our program and sung songs and performed with the kids. And so has Sunita Rao, who's another singer. Sunita also has in fact written songs and performed at an annual day also, at the ACORN annual day. And these singers and musicians who have done workshops with us, we have partnered with the Blue Frog, which is a jazz club, and the Dharavi Rocks band was formed. And recently we had a segment of MTV which was shot at a community center on our kids. We have performed with the police band. We performed recently in Pune, and our kids have performed at least twice or thrice in Dharavi with some of the top musicians. And over the last 2 years, various international musicians who have passed through Mumbai have also done workshops with the kids, and that would be the Boxhead, Soviet Opium, Jane Aurora, Bauklang from Germany. So across genres of music, you would say the kids have loved that these sounds, and believe me that they have not had any kind of formal training or education in music, so they do not carry any luggage with them. So when they listen to a sound, it's pure sound for them, and it is not salsa, it is not hip hop, it's not reggae, it's rap. It's just a sound. And the musicians have also learned a lot, because for them this interaction has really done wonders to their education about India. And every musician who has come to Dharavi has gone back much richer, and in their own music they have brought in changes. And what has come out of all this work is a project which we are planning to do with under the Blue Frog label, is an international record where all these musicians will record each song with our kids participating in the song. And Blue Frog has promised to produce this for us, and we hope that this project happens, because the proceeds will then come for the music class, and we'll be able to carry forward this work further and bring more children under the fold.
And it goes, it's worth saying that the instruments that Dharavi Rocks plays on are what?
Yeah, they're just drums and barrels, and
but the drums are actually plastic drums that they found recycling. Yes, so
yes.
it's
again, it just happened to be that, since the kids are not educated and we didn't have any musical instruments then, and the kids just picked up whatever was around, and that was tin, oil can, a water bottle, leftover monitor, plastic pieces, and all this gave rise to an entire drum. All these drums made Dharavi Rocks into a band. So today when they play on these recycled barrels, it's very unique. And I would say in terms of our focus on the recycling subject, this brings a lot of discussion on why the children are playing on these drums. And they mainly do percussion, they also do songs. And two very talented musicians called Abhijit and Ayush train these children on a weekly basis. They take a lot of time out from their busy schedules, and they are putting together this band, and they are really excited about it. Meanwhile, there are musicians and bands like Something Relevant, Agni. These bands have taken special time off to come and help the kids build the band. And our kids have risen to the occasion and performed very well, and they seem to be very much interested in music. And other than music is football, which we practice every Sunday. and the football team seems to be drawing a lot of kids. And again, like music, football has a language of its own. It's sports, it's the ultimate sports, and it's a great leveler. So one of the things in the slums, in terms of energy and strength, our kids excel in this game, because once they learn the skill of playing football, they do it naturally. And very soon we'll be having a full-fledged team at ABC team. We organize tournaments in Dharavi. We're thankful for all this for a local Jesuit institution called Xavier's College of Engineering. They have been very helpful and supportive. They give us a classroom. In the classroom, in fact, we've just started in collaboration with the institute English-speaking class, which has become so popular that we've had to shut the doors.
I saw it last night. People were marching up to read their lessons. You know, alliterations. The sheep said something, and it was people were very serious about it, and it was fully packed. I mean,
and the lesson to be learnt in all this is that in each of our classes, be it computers, language, hygiene, science, our volunteers are involved. The kids learn the subject, and it's a very interactive class, and a lot of it has to do with the exchange between the volunteers and the kids. And I find that apart from the education and the subject, there's a lot of love being exchanged. And I think for any community or any kind of community organizing, we need to build a foundation of trust between the volunteers and the kids whose welfare we are looking after. And I think educating a whole generation, because we are also placing these kids, and this foundation is going to be very strong for ACORN in Dharavi, and it's a foundation which won't get disturbed by any of the changes which are going to come in the coming years, because we'll have a whole generation which has studied with us, educated with us, played with us, and now working with us.
well, and it's about work, it's about where people live, it's about campaigns like the right to education, and it's sort of a 360-degree community organizing model we're trying to pilot here in Dharavi. And you know, having been here sometimes on my visits and seen workshops that have been done at Blue Frog with, you know, 50 or more of our kids and adults, and how excited people are, and they come here, and the volunteers, the ones who last, really are they're putting skill and love into the job, and it's paid back in kind. So